Hey YouTube, this is what I was trying to do, this right here. And so I did this, of course, looking at the picture and looking at the notes. And so we're going to try to replicate it on this eye. So we used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shades. I didn't do anything to the brows because in the picture, the model's brows were bleached. And so I said, I'll just leave mine like they are. But I don't know. So you let me know. Because we're going to start with chapstick as usual. Hello, my name is Dion. If you're new here, we're experimenting. I should have had on my lab coat. I have never... Chapstick. This is Candy Cane Scented and Flavored. The only thing I have on is the Fenty face primer. And the foundation I wear shade 335. That's the only thing on because I felt like, okay, if I make a mess and I got to clean up, then I can just add more foundation or put on concealer or anything. And so we may finish the face later or just do something really simple with the face because I think this is enough. But I am going to do a black lip. Her model didn't have on a black lip. So I know I'm going to do a black lip. So welcome. The short intro is... I call this the crazy troll nation. The crazy, enjoy yourself, experiment with makeup, do whatever it is you want to do and just have fun doing videos and having fun watching whatever videos you watch on YouTube. The troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. Wear whatever you want to wear and just rock it. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even without face paint on. That's the bottom line here. So... I don't even remember that quick if I said self-acceptance and self-love because I'm just kind of beside myself. Like, what the heck am I doing? Because I really don't know what I'm doing, but I'm trying to do this thing here. And I'm glad that this is 7 shades out of the palette because then we only got 8 more to try to say we used the entire palette, which is always my goal when I get a new palette, is to use every shade at least twice. But this look and the next one will be at least once. And so I do want to get a few looks out of it before I mix up with Retro Glam. And what I'm thinking to do is out of the light shades in here is to figure out, okay, out of the 2 grays, you know, which one do I like best on me? Keep that one. Out of the whites, which one do I like best on me? Keep that one. And just figure out what I'm going to switch with Retro Glam. But because of how they swatched, I'm kind of as of right now, and this being the only thing I've done with this palette so far, as of right now, I'm digging the entire palette, even though 2 of the whites look the same, 2 of the grays look the same. But that's only, if I take out 1 white and 1 gray, that's 2 shades. The shades in Retro Glam I think it's like 6 or 7 of them, which means I would have to take out like 6 or 7 of these. And so I don't know if that's going to happen, but we're going to see. Oh, I keep almost dropping this long ass brush. Oh, I forgot to tell you, if you're new here, I do curse on my channel sometimes because I curse sometimes, period. So we're going to try to redo this over here. I know it doesn't look like the picture. I think it's different. It's definitely, I don't know if it's editorial. I definitely think it's graphic because of the liner. But other than that, I don't know what to call it. But I will say it was exciting to try it. I was excited to try it. And so what we're going to do, I mixed up my brushes. Oh, you know what? This is a clean one because I mixed up my brushes. And so I put the one away and got a different one. So surprisingly, the Zoeva brush I always complain about, this is going to be a long video. I just feel it in my bones because this took me a while to do this. I'm liking it with the gel liner doing up here. But when I just do it for upper lash line, I don't like it, but it kind of worked. And so I do know if you watch any of Natasha's videos on YouTube, she does usually go in with her pencil liner for her outer line work and lower lash line. And then she'll take a really dark shadow, black or deep blue or something, and blend it out. And I know she didn't put all the steps on her Instagram for this look. That's where I got that picture from. And so I'm just kind of guessing that she used a black liner. Because she always does, but that wasn't in the steps that she wrote. So I'm just going off of what it looked like. And so we're going to take a black liner. This is MAC's Paint Pot. And Black Mirror, oh shoot, I need to put my elbow somewhere. I left the brushes out in the order that I used them, hoping that I wouldn't mix things up. And so for this, replicating this over here, I'm going off of what this looks like and my notes so I know what shade was where. And I'm hella nervous because I know it's not going to look the same. And because I'm looking at what I'm doing, I'm not looking over here to see, like, is that even the same? I do know this came down to a point, but then some of the shades on the Instagram, it just said blend, but blend what? You know what I'm saying? And so it's smart not to put all the steps in case somebody does have the skill set to actually replicate the look and it looks like the one she did. I did not. Oh shit. So that's smart on her part, but still, like, if you do the look, that's still your look, even if somebody tries to duplicate it. So we're going to just kind of, and we did kind of put a spin on it because this line down here did not come out that far. It kind of met where the top one was, but I kind of it got away from me trying to do that, of course, because these are not looks shit that I do. Is this kind of weird? Is this kind of where that stops? This is a lipstick applicator. Oh, you know what? I might have to put more primer since I'm wiping it off. So I'm trying to see where it ends, but having trouble already. So we're just going to stop right here. And if that's not where it stops, I think it's safe to say one eye to the next is not going to look the same. Because it's just no way. It's just no way. And this side came further inward this way. And for one of the shadows where it said blend, because it looked like there was the blue right here, but it didn't say in her notes on Instagram that's what it was. And so I just took it upon myself to put one of the gray shades there that she used to blend out lower lash line. And in her picture, it was higher and tighter than what mine is. And also, I do think this is further out and this is further down, but we're just going to roll with it because we trolls here. So we're trying. This part is messed up right here, but there's nothing I can do about it because I don't want to remove all of it. So we're just going to make it thicker just to make it look rounded like it's supposed to be there. And actually that came out pretty nice. So the next thing she did was, well, I don't know if it's really the next thing she did, but it says Sposh, which is this shade here. And Sposh is described as, it's a cream to powder charcoal color. And it says wing and upper and lower lash line. So we're going to take Sposh, and I never use a shadow for my upper lash line. And so I was kind of wondering if she put a black liner first. And I kind of really think that she did, because this did show up, but then it didn't show up a lot. And actually, when I finished this look, I did take the MAC paint pot and put over it because the line was really crisp. And a shadow as a liner is not really going to be crisp. It's going to be diffused, like how this is looking right here, which it does look nice. But so I knew when I finished my left eye that there were steps not written on the Instagram caption, because this is not a crisp dark line, but it is nice. This is a nice shade. And I did make it a point to just come straight out versus up, or how I usually do my weird ass wings. But that is a nice liner look though. I do have an unofficial member request that I am going to do, and I'm excited to do it because I never do that. But you'll see it when we get to it. So we're going to just take this all the way out. And I did have this side stopped like right here. And then I don't know what, I was trying to make the line pointed and it got away from me, and it's still not pointed. And I know it's not pointed. I was having issues. This is not something I do. But where this one is, that's where this one kind of stopped. And this one is angling and it's supposed to go straight out. So I'm already kind of messing up. So I'm pressing a little bit harder just to try to make sure I go straight. And it's not straight. This is weird how it comes down and then over. And her wings were shorter, so it did just kind of look like a regular wing, where my wings always look strange. And also the model's eye shape was different than mine, and that makes a difference too. So upper and lower lash line. So we're going to put this on lower lash line as well. I was concerned that, well, not that I was concerned, but when I was doing this on this eye, the brush did find its way to my eyeball a couple of times, and so my eye teared for a little while, and that made me a little nervous because once my eyes tear, it can ruin my makeup because the tears wipe away the shadow. So this was kind of chancy for me. Usually I do put a gel liner underneath. Some people wet their brush, even if they're using matte shades for lower lash line, they will still wet their brush, but I'm doing everything dry. And so we're just going to see. So we're just playing around, trying to do what Natasha did. I ain't Natasha, and y'all know I'm not Natasha. And so I appreciate you being here watching me try this. There are a couple other looks that almost went into my waterline. That's what happened on the other side. I do want to try a couple of her other looks because they were really pretty. Now, granted, things are going to look different. This model, this look, her skin was very fair. I'm not fair. So it'll make a difference in how things show up. This is that pink shade. Is it a tint of pink? Yeah, but then also the Fenty primer has a tint of pink in it as well. So is that the shadow, or is that the primer, or a combination of both? So we're going to leave that like that. Actually, I do like this. I mean, mine is this up here, this line, but I'm liking just a liner like that. I really am. So we're going to put that down. And then it said she took Snert, which is this shade down here. And Snert is described as a creamy matte medium gray. And it just said smoke and blend out. Oh, wait a minute. I missed something. Wait. Night Sky. Night Sky is this shade here. And it said smoke. I'm like, smoke what? And so I used it to smoke out the lower lash line. And Night Sky is described as a metallic black. And is this I don't think this is the brush I used for that. I really don't. Was it this shade? It was this brush. Just a stubby smudger brush. And so I just stabbed it in here. I mean, well, not stabbed, but yeah, stabbed. To smoke out, because it just says smoke. And I'm like, smoke what? So I smoked out lower lash line with it. Why am I going to still do this side? So, and actually I messed up because this on this side, I kept the inner corner blank because there were the lighter shades there. So I'm not going to put Night Sky all the way in. I'm just going to start here and bring that out. And I brung that too far down, but we're going to buff it out. And then there's other colors that said smoke for lower lash line too. So I'm like, because if you say smoke, what am I smoking? I mean, not like puff pass smoke, but I wasn't sure like what was she talking about. So I just went with what I thought she was talking about. This side is so different from the other side, but I like it. Like these colors, even though on its own, like this gray, putting this on top of it, like it does add dimension to it. And this is looking a little janky, so I'm just going lightly just to have a gradient without going all the way in. So I had that to smoke out lower lash line, and so we did that. So we're going to put that brush down. Now we're going to go with Snert, this shade, and that just said smoke and blend. So I guess smoke and blend out lower lash line again. That's what I did over here. And so we're going to just smoke that out. And that's why this is so, you know, gray looking down here. This is Snert. But you saw in the picture, the black liner was very crisp, even on the lower lash line. And so I'm like, okay, there was other stuff that she did. Because if you're going to be smoking it out, it's not going to stay crisp. You know what I'm saying? Because you see how this is blending in with that first liner color. Well, the first two, actually. And because it looked like there was gray here, I also took some of this and I just kind of put it here. So I kind of smoked out the edge And I brung this too far in because it should have stopped up here, because in the picture it looked like there was this shade up above and below this liner line. This is a lot of work when you try to recreate other looks for me, because it isn't something I normally do, and this is not my skill set at all. But if you have that creative flair and you can envision things and just do it, I'm sure it would be a lot easier for you. And so we're going to leave that like that. And this looks like it's blown down too far, like right here, but I don't really know. I mean, once it's on there, it's on there. But thumbs up for trying new things. And then she took Crew, it said, for inner lower lash line. Crew is somewhere in the palette. Jeepers, I can't, where? I'm really tripping. It's this shade right here. And Crew is described as, what? Did I skip? Oh, no. Sparkly, wait a minute. Why? This is so weird. Oh, you know what? Excuse me. Excuse me. Sparkling Metallic Iron Gray. This shade here. I'm really, you know what, y'all? My hormones is doing stuff they have never, ever done in my life. And I'm 53. So I'm really like, what the fuck is happening? I don't understand. And so it's really affecting like everything I do. Like I'm just completely off. But this says it said lower lash line, but it looked like it was only here. So I only put it for inner lower lash line. And that's why I didn't take the darker shade all the way in, because the inside looked like it was lighter. And so I am liking how these shades are looking. Is this something I would do? Like, I don't know. And this does not make me look dusty. So I'm just like really excited about that, because sometimes grays do make me look dusty. And there was nothing right here except primer. So that's really that shade. So this is Grew, Greu, on inner corner. It said lower lash line, but it didn't look like it was all the way across. But yeah, we're just going to take some, because I think I did take some anyway, because I'm seeing some lightness right here. So I think I did end up taking some 3/4 of the way over. And also I'm realizing there is something to using smaller brushes, because all the brushes for this look is a small brush except for a lid shade. But I'm just like, you know what? When you're doing detailed work, you do need smaller brushes. So that is that. I have a bump right here. So this area always looks brighter, even when I put the same shade over here. That bump just makes it just protrude. So now we're going to take Blizzard. That's this shade. And this was one of the grays. And Blizzard is described as, it's a creamy matte and it's a light gray. And that one just said blend. Blend what, Natasha? And so I just kept blending out the lower lash line, because I don't know what she was blending. And so this is this shade. Yes, I just kept blending lower lash line, because what are you blending? And it didn't, I should have looked to see, it didn't look like this black line up here was blended. And so I really don't know. And so that's why that's just kind of there on its own. But it would make sense that that line was blended too, because we have this gray in here. But I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. So that's all we're going to do with this. And that looks so much further down than that side. So we're going to put that brush down and then Rime this shade here, R-I-M-E. And this is described as a metallic white. And that's that inner corner. And that's this shade up here. So we're going to take this brush and we're going to put this inner corner right here. I need to be looking side to side at both of my eyes to see if I can at least get them the same. But I can tell you now it's not. And so they do layer nicely. They play nicely together, which her palettes always do for me anyway. This side is a lot darker. So let me bring Rime up a little higher up here. And bring that over a little bit more. Well, this is really interesting. This is very interesting. And so I do think that maybe one of the keys to this palette is to layer the shades and to use shades to blend out other shades. I normally don't use a shade to blend out another shade. I know a lot of people do, but that may be something. So I am glad, excuse me for smacking, that I am trying this because it is teaching me new things. Like, seriously. Use a shade to blend out another shade. Use smaller brushes. And layer. And layer. This is so much thinner than this side, and I don't really know what to do about it. I could take concealer or more foundation and sharpen that up, but we'll see later. And now we're going to take Snowbow, which is supposed to be a pink. And this is described as a crystal sparkling pink with multicolored specks. And that said lid shade, and it did not look like the entire lid on the model, but we did have different eye shapes because I'm thinking, okay, I don't know. And so I just put it all over my lid all the way to here. And so that's what I did with it. And it is looking pink. I do think a few of these shades, this palette is messy. This one is messy in the pan. I think this will look nice. I think one day I'm going to put this over a black base or Macro Violet, which is a purple, and just see if that'll bring out the pink. And so that's that. And so why does it look like it's a line like right here? That did that on the other side too, because I remember like coming this way trying to get that line out. I think it's working. So I think maybe I just missed a spot because I didn't want to go over that black liner line. I'm still kind of seeing it and kind of not. Like here I don't, I just see the shine. Okay, I think we fixed it. Yeah, so we just brung this like all the way out here. And that's why I took the primer out here. And this is also reminding me to wing out my shadow. And I did put primer out here. And so this is something really new. Let me know your thoughts below, because I don't do anything like this at all, ever. And the next thing said, oh, the black liner under the brow, but we did that already. But what I did was, because in the picture the liner was so crisp and sharp, I went back with MAC's Paint Pot and Black Mirror, and I went over this line. And I think I should have put it first, because in her videos she always starts with a black liner, usually on the outer lid, and then she'll use a shadow to blend it out. I hope you can see me. We'll see what I'm doing. And then I brung it out here, which is where I messed up, and that's why the line got away from me on the other eye, because I was trying to get a point. But when I try and do a point, I end up automatically swooshing it instead of going straight. And so, but actually I like this one. And then looking this way, this just seems like a gap. So then I tried to connect it without making it look like a bat wing. And so I really wasn't sure like what to do with it. And I think it's just too long, because in the picture the wing did not come all the way out this far. Overall, I'm enjoying this experience, trying to recreate this look because it is teaching me things. And also her liner came down here, and I normally don't do in here because my eyes tear, and so I normally don't bring liner like to the tip of the tear duct area like that, which you cannot hardly see. And then the tear duct area, it looked like she came along the tear duct in here. Apologies if you can't see what I'm doing, but yeah, you can see right there. Looking up here, I would probably poke myself in the eye, but I did do that over here as well, but not a thick line. And I know some people do the points, and my point didn't come out as a point because I'm nervous about poking myself in the eye. But I never do this because my eyes tear, and so whatever I do here, it's not going to stay. You know what I mean? So it's like, why bother? Because then when it runs, it looks funky. This eye has more fallout than the other eye. So this is the look though. I'm not liking how this side is looking thicker. So we're going to go back to the brush that has snert, and we're just going to, and I don't really want to mess with it. I said I mess with it. And even though it's not symmetrical, I mean, I do want it somewhat symmetrical as possible. But we're going to leave this like this. So this is our first look. I'm going to do, my face is pretty much dry. We're going to do the eat something. Sorry about that clank. We're going to do the eat something fast because we can do the eat something fast. We're going to do, okay, under eye. And maybe that'll help clean that up, which I doubt. And then we're going to come down to here, and we're going to put this here. We're going to come down to this one and put that down here. I really like this palette. And even when I layer other stuff on it, like the tiger elephant, tiger, snake, the hourglass palettes on top of it, or if I layer house labs over top of it. Now we're going to come down to this one, or if I layer Pat McGrath over it. This itself just adds structure to my face, and so anything I layer over it, it never looks cakey, and it just helps everything just flow, I think. And so we're going to take this. This wasn't as long as I thought, so it took us 26 minutes to do that, and that was with me talking. But doing this eye was just as long because I was going back and forth, looking at the picture, and excuse me if you heard that disgusting belch. Looking back and forth at the picture and looking back and forth at her Instagram caption of what color was where. But then it's like, you know, snert, blend what? You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't, you know, blend lower lash line, blend out nice guy. So I had to figure out, blend what, Natasha? And I already knew, because of my skill set, it wasn't going to look like hers, and also the complexion, you know, the model. But still, you can get things close if you have that skill set. Even if your facial features are different, your eye shape is different. But I don't have that skill set to manipulate. I don't know what I was going to say. Municipal to manipulate shadows to make it look like, you know, my face is looking different. And so now we're going to take, this was a lot of fun. I don't want to say stressful. I'm trying to figure out what the word is. We're going to use this brush. I'm pretty sure I'm going to return this, like seriously I am. And we're going to take Radiant Light from Hourglass. This is just not a soft brush. And the window is actually pretty long to return it. And I keep saying I'm going to use it. It's been sitting here, and even sitting here in front of me, I forget sometimes to use it. Like, this is just not a soft brush. It's not. And maybe because my skin is sensitive, I don't know, but I do not like this brush at all. It is not soft. The brushes we shall not name are softer than this one. I don't name them because I'm still waiting for them to fall apart. They work though. They work very well. But I'm just waiting for them to fall apart, to be honest with you. So that's why I don't name them, because I don't want you guys buying them and then you're like, this brush fell apart and I bought this because Dion said so, that damn troll. So that's why sometimes I don't name things, because it took me a long time to realize that some of you guys do buy stuff I say that I like, or if you see me use it and you know what I do looks good, and then you go out and buy it. And so where somebody had said a few times, different people, or they messaged me, oh, I just ordered such and such skin for snacking because you're using your video. And I'm like, wow, like y'all really do be listening and paying attention. And so acknowledging that's why sometimes I don't name things, because even if I'm using it and it works, it's still just something about it that I'm not quite digging. We're going to do a black lip. Y'all know she did the nude thing. She loves her nude lips, but we're going to do Max Caviar. And it's Caviar. Max Retro Matte Lipstick. The color is Caviar. You know what I'm gonna do first though? We're gonna line the lips again. This is NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner. The shade is Alien. It's a black. So I'm getting back into lining my lips it does help the liquid lipstick to not bleed. And instead of when I put the liquid lipstick on and I'm going over my lip line, I put it like just beneath or at the bottom edge of the lip liner. And I think that's what helps it not bleed so much. Is because I'm not bringing it like all the way down here because the lip liner's here now. I used to always line my lips and then I got away from it. And most of the times, like when I do makeup, I'm not really going anywhere. Or I'm just going to a store, come home, post office, come home. So I just really don't care that much. Like if people see me, what they think. And that's probably really what it is. That's mostly what it is. But even when I went to work, I used to experiment and do all kinds of crazy looks. My lip line is so not symmetrical. Because this is on my lip line, this is on my lip line. And look, this side is like skirt, and this side has a curve. And I'm gonna leave it, because you know what? That's my lip line. And I know you can make it look symmetrical, but when I try, it doesn't look right. Because then I can tell it's over my lip line. And the color over the lip line up here doesn't look like the same color on my lip. And when I see, even in pictures, I can tell that they overline their lips. Like you can tell because the line doesn't look the same. The color of the lipstick doesn't look the same. From a distance, you can't tell. When you get close, it's like, And so what I'm telling myself is that I could get it to look the same if I fill in with the lip liner. But then you see how much time it took me. And I'm like, do I really want to spend that much time to do that? And the answer is no. Why did I have that brush out? I don't know. That other brush. So we're going to put this on. We're going to come underneath the lip line. The lip liner. The lip liner line. And that's nice. Ah, came down too far. And I wasn't even talking. And I messed up. Part of me wants to do an ombre look, but then no. That gloss that Melina sent me. We're gonna put that on. We're gonna leave this like this. I was gonna say, did we do the face? Y'all, when I tell y'all I be out of it, I don't be lying. Where's the one that Melina sent me? This one. It pulls purple something. Is this dry enough? We're gonna put this on. This shade is called Lavendering. One of the two. Sorry, Melina. At least I said your name right. I call her somebody else almost half the time. So we're going to, you know what? I was just thinking I should have used Flash Dance. But this doesn't pull blue either. Because I'm thinking something blue would have been nice because of the blue up here. And you notice we didn't take this here. We just put it right here. So this has none of the gloss on it. I'm digging it though. I mean, the color is different. It'd be nice if it was blue, but that's okay. We knew it wasn't blue. Let me know. Here's the picture again. I'm glad we tried it. It was something new. We used 7 shades out of this palette. We have 8 more shades to go. So I'm gonna see what, for the other looks, yeah, this shade is in here. I know, don't spit on your makeup, child. I know. But we're gonna take the other side of this brush and just sweep it out. And it's flaking. This shade is flaky. That's Snowbow, the pink one. But this is the palette. This is this look. Definitely different for me. As you know, if you've been here. And if you haven't, me telling you now, you know this is different for me. I'm glad we tried it. I learned a lot. The thing is, will I remember those lessons? You know what I'm saying? And I think I will. And I think that may be the key to this, especially the sparkling shades. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sparkling shades in here. So those are more so toppers. Even Snowbow, even though it shows up on its own, that's on the lid, that pink. Imagine that if you layered it over a darker shade or over black base or even over like a purple base, if that would pull out that pink and still keep that shimmer effect, you know what I mean? And so this palette, I do think, as of right now, my first time using it, aside from the face paint swatches, is that some of these shades would be better layering, especially the sparkling foil shades. And also with this palette, because there are like 2 grays, there's 3 different whites, even though they're different formulas. And a couple of the other shades, you know, may look the same. This may look the same as this one on you, even though one is blue and one is not. It's just to just play around with them and layer and do different things. And so what I'm saying is, I was telling someone, and I do feel this is true for me, that this palette will cause me to do things outside of my comfort zone, to see what I can do with it outside of the light to dark, inward, outward, or dark to light, outward, inward. This is gonna force me in a good way to do something different. Because if I just do dark to light or light to dark, all the looks are going to look the same, except maybe the lid shade will look a little different. And that's what will make this boring, and that's what will make it not worth it, because then you'll just have gray eyeshadow looks. You know what I'm saying? And so if you get this, or you're looking at this and you're thinking, you know, this is just all sorts of gray, you're going to have to do something different. And that's what I remember saying about the Pat McGrath Sunlit Seduction. If you do the same thing every time, your looks are going to look the same every single time. If you always do what you always did, you're going to always get what you always got. And so even with that palette, it caused me to think, what else can I do? And that's what this palette, I really believe, is going to do for me, is to help me to do something different. It's going to motivate me to do something different, because otherwise the looks, I might get 2 looks out of here, maybe 3 if I do a halo. You know what I'm saying? And so for this to work for me, I'm going to have to do different things and try different things. And that's why I was excited about it, because y'all see my looks, outward, inward, you know, dark to light, or inward, outward, light to dark, and it's the same thing. And even if I say I'm going to wing my shadow, I end up not winging the shadow. And so it gets kind of monotonous. Even though the looks are pretty, it's the same technique, it's the same types of shades, light, the next lightest, the next darkest, the dark shade. You know what I'm saying? It's just the same thing over and over. And I do think a lot of us, you know, we get into our groove, and because the looks are pretty, we just keep doing the same thing over and over. I got lipstick on key. We do the same thing over and over, and because the looks are nice, we just keep with it. But this, I was excited about it, because it's going to make me do something different if I want my looks to be different. And even this, trying Natasha's look, knowing I don't have her skill set, knowing I ain't nowhere near Natasha's level, is something different. And so I'm excited about it. I dare say it's editorial. It's definitely graphic because of the line here and the liners down here. But even for me, I would put down a gel liner before an eyeshadow, which I normally do anyway for underneath, but I didn't this time, but it still showed up. But with all the different blending colors, did we need to blend out 3 different shades under here? I don't know. But do I like the look? It's different for me, and yes, I still would do a gel liner first. But I didn't have a lot of fallout. This shade gave me fallout. I think this might have been the only one that gave me fallout. But it's teaching me, just do new things. I wouldn't have thought to put a darker shade here than over here, but I did, because I saw the picture and I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna try something new. So you have to just want to do something different, or allow this to motivate you to do something different. And I'm not saying get it, because if you don't look good in grays, or you don't just want an all gray palette, then don't get it. Just get the mini Xenon and have, you know, the grays and a pinkish type tone and a sparkly shade. You know what I mean? And people say, oh, everything they can do with this, you can do with this. And you could do this look with this, because you have a gray, something that looks like a black, and then you have the pinkish shade. So you could really do this look with this little 5-pan palette. You could. Was it fun using 8 different shades instead of just 5? Yeah. 7? 7 shades instead of 5? Yeah. So anyway, this excites me because I enjoy trying something new, and I know I encourage you often to try new things and just do something different and experiment with your makeup and have fun with your makeup. And even the lips, she did a nude. Y'all know I'm not into the nude lips. And even though this is purplish and everything up here is blue and pink, I think it goes. And if not, to me it goes because I just love a dark lip. That's going to be it for lipstick on my teeth. That's going to be it for this video. Let me know what you think. I know it ain't like this. I know it's not. But I tried something different. Let me know what you think. And as always, self-acceptance, self-love, that is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you. And you will see me soon.